guys, welcome to episode 5 of the Calm Down Relocation series. I know without any doubt that you all are enjoying the series. I mean, the algorithm is showing it. I love it. I love what I see. I love the views, and thank you so much for watching. Yes, I know you've been enjoying it, and thank you to me too for bringing the information right to you guys. So now we're on the 5th episode. Sincerely speaking, when I started this episode, I thought max was going to be 3 episodes and I'm going to be done with it. And now look at us. 5 episodes and 1 more episode to go, and I also plan to do a dedicated video for question and answers, because each of these videos have generated different questions and people have been asking me, and I'm like, okay, hold up, I'm going to just do a dedicated video to answer all of the questions. There is a link in my description box. It's a Google form link. I want you to input your questions, so you can easily put in your questions in through the link. And relocating to Canada is so good, but here is something that is very integral, which is what I'm discussing today, which is the financial implication or the financial cost or the financial breakdown, whatever you decide to pick. So yes, even the Bible says that we want to go to a strong man's house without yet calculating the costs. Yes, you need to calculate the cost of relocation, and that will actually help you to strategically plan, and also maybe you need to save more or you need to work hard more, kind of make you, I think that was what we also did. I remember when we first started the whole relocation planning, I would have 80%. Let's say we didn't even have so much of the money, right? But the plan was on our board, and we started saving towards it. We started strategically positioning ourselves, and most importantly, we started trusting God for the finances. This is one thing I told one of my friends that she was talking to me. I said, seriously, when you know all the details, you might even have a better prayer point. Okay, so if you see me looking down, I have my laptop here. That's where I put all the details that I want to share. And it's very important to also let you know that every information that I give here are not absolute. There will be some real changes to it based on, number 1, your situation, and number 2, it can also be based on your currency, because every currency that I'm saying in this video will be Canadian dollars, and you might not be spending that. So you need to find a way of reconverting it to your own local currency. And also, important thing, I also let you know that I'm going to be saying every details based on a spouse, and a 2 partner and their 2 children. So your own might just be you alone without any spouse. Yours can be you and a spouse, and yours can also be you and your just 1 child, or 2 children, or 3 children, or 4 children. But I'm just literally doing husband and wife and 2 children. So let's go straight into it, and let's talk about each of the details. Number 1 thing you're going to have to spend money on is your West. So before your West, I believe that's what happened to me in my own situation. I had to speak to my school. I paid some money to even get my transcript. I paid some money to also send my transcript to West, but I'm not figuring that out in this. You need to just add that as your own local expenses. But you have to pay for your West, and which is for your educational credential assessment. So for each adult, it was about $200. If you are doing it and your spouse is doing it, that means you're going to be spending about $200 to $250 each. But I remember when I did mine, I think I spent about $100, but now it's like double the money. The thing you're also going to be spending more money on is your English proficiency test, which is you're either taking IELTS, LP, or PTA. So what I put here for each adult is I'm going to be spending between $250 to $300. I remember when I did my own IELTS, I spent about in my own local currency, which is Naira. My first IELTS was about 70,000 Naira, and by the time I wrote my IELTS, eventually passed it, I was paying about 80,000 Naira. But currently now I'm hearing the IELTS is about over 200,000 Naira. So imagine, then that's why I wrote between $200 to $250. Right? So that's going to be per person. So if you're writing, if your husband is writing, you need to multiply it by 2. And that's all you need to be in the express entry profile. Let's say that you have your ITA, and now that's another expenses to be reviewed. So let's go straight to it. So the first expense you're going to be spending is you need to obtain your police clearance certificate. So you need to get a police clearance certificate from any country you lived more than 6 months. So if you live in any country more than 6 months, what I put here is that I'm emphasizing you shouldn't be spending more than $100 to $300 per. I mean, it varies for each country. I remember when I did that, I think I only paid about 50,000 naira, but I'm not sure what it's going to be like. Maybe it's going to be about 100,000 naira for people from Nigeria. So that's why I put between $100 to about 300 Canadian dollars, and it varies with your own country. So so it has to be for everybody above the age of 18. So if you have any kids that are more than 18, they need to do it. You and your husband, or you and your spouse, you obviously more than 18, you also have to do your police clearance certificate. So what I also put here is that you're going to be also paying for your medicals. Yes, you need to also pay for your medicals, yeah, which is also a bit pricey. So your spouse, that's what I wrote here, spouse, two adults and 2 children. So the cost for adult and children are literally almost the same thing. So for adults it's between $150 to about $200 each. So you and your husband, you need to budget between $150 to $250 or $200. I say $150 to $200 each. And if you're having kids too, you also need to budget as much as that for them, which is between $150 to 200 Canadian dollars each for each of the kids. That's a lot of money already. So another thing you need to also pay for is you need to pay for your biometrics. So your biometrics is very important. What I put here is the entire family. For family of 4, you shouldn't spend more than 170 card, or let's say 150 to 200 card. 150 to 200 card, yeah. So we're going to add all of this together, don't worry. Another thing that I wrote here that you might also need to pay for is that you need to pay for your processing fee, which is now one that is very, very important. So for the principal applicant, approximately 950 Canadian dollars. And then you also need to pay another fee, which is your right of permanent residence fee, and that's 575. Then your spouse also needs to pay 950 card, and your spouse, the permanent residence fee, it's about 950 card. Like my husband literally handled most of this thing, like all this data thing. So now it was my turn to. So when I wanted to talk about this video, I had to do some research. So so for your kids, for your children, they are going to be paying 260 card each. So if you're coming with 2 kids, they also need to pay. Yes. So under this thing, I know that there are actually some other payment. For example, for anyone not coming through the federal skilled workers, if you're coming through the PMP, I know there's actually another money you have to pay to the. I mean, you have to pay for the province that is nominating you. Let me see if I can find it. Let's say cost for provincial nomination. I just want to find out. Okay, so here we go. I have it here. I am going to put it on my screen. So for provincial nomination, if Ontario nominated you, you have to pay between $1,500, $1,500 to $2,000 card. British Columbia that nominated you, you have to pay between $1,150 card to $1,475 card. If it is Alberta or Alberta that nominated you, you pay. I think Alberta is actually very cheap. It's lesser, it's cheaper. Ontario is proud. You pay about $500 to $840. Manitoba $500 approximately. Saskatoon is $350 card. Wow, Saskatoon. New Brunswick is $250 card. Prince Edward Island is $300 card. Nova Scotia is no fee. Newfoundland is no fee. Yukon, no fee. Wow. Once you've made that payment, you're literally done. So I think the next thing that actually your proof of fund is very, very important. So for a family of 4, I actually expect that you have about, based on what I found out, for 2 adults and 2 children, which is a family of 4, you're expected to have about 27,297 cards. 27,297 cards. Let's say about $28,000 card or 28,000 card for you to have in your account. You're not paying it to IRCC. You're only showing them that you're having a proof of fund, right? That's the amount they feel like, okay, when you settle in Canada, it might take about 6 months to actually fully settled. what will you be eating, what will you like, how you get a house and all of that. So I feel like that's the amount they expect you to display, and this amount is very important. They want to see it. About the total you should be spending for a family of 4, which is going to be an estimate. So I'm estimating that for a family of 4, you should be spending between 5,000 CAD and 7,000 CAD, and that would cover the IRCC government application fee. That will cover your HIOT and your WEST evaluation for 2 adults. That should also cover your medical exam. That should also cover your police certificate. That should also cover your biometrics for your family. And this is what I'm just going to say is that it's a range. Like I earlier mentioned, you need to find a way of adapting it to your own situation. It can be higher, it can be lesser, and it can be in between, literally. And then also, I would say that please don't forget to check my description box for the Google link that you'll be able to drop your question and ask, so that I'll be able to make a video on that, which is like going to be the last episode, but we still have 1 episode to go. And the episode that we have to go is what I bought or what I brought, what I bought and brought. Like I bought them and I brought them to Canada as a newcomer, which is also going to be a guide for anybody that is planning to relocate with their family, you know, so that you know what to actually bring, and that will actually ease your landing and your settling here in a new country. So please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and please don't forget to also share this video with somebody. I know a lot of people actually need it. Okay, see you guys in my next video. Bye.